Welcome back, New World Explorers, Adventurers, and Friends. I appreciate everyone that's been tuning in for this gold making series. It is mostly catered towards newer players or returning players, but there are some good spots for each of the resources for casual players and veterans alike. So I appreciate you all very much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to the content if you find it enjoyable or helpful, hopefully both. Leave comments and let me know how I can improve or things that you'd like to see. So we'll get started with part 6 of our gold making slash farming slash gold saving series. And we did iron ore for part 5, part 1 through 4 were all of the leather working. So part 6 naturally will be star metal ore. This video will be longer than the last as there are a lot more locations for star metal ore, and star metal ore is worth a little bit more. So we'll get into it a lot more than we did the iron ore, since there's iron ore pretty much everywhere. So this is going to be my top 7 spots and gathering locations for star metal ore. A lot of these locations will also have things such as azoth water, runewood trees, ironwood trees, etc. So you can get other resources at the same time to increase your profit. Okay, for spot number 1, we're going to be heading to the Shattered Mountains. We're going to head north of the Mountain Rise Outpost. Basically, we're just going to be running this ledge route here on this ledge, and then to the bottom where there's some angry earth mobs. We're going to find 24 nodes or so you can get 2,000 to 3,000 star metal per hour pretty easily. Also, we're going to find runewood trees. There's a couple of ironwood trees and azoth water. As always, you should wear your luck gear, eat your luck food. So for mining, that's tier 5 foods, the crispy potatoes and chicken. And then we're going to also use proficiency booster, and we'll just get at it. So some of these star metals then will give you some jewels, so you'll get extra. And as always, you should have a tool that has some sort of a moat alignment so you can increase your profit yield by getting those moats. So basically just run along these ledges here all the way down to the bottom. Like I said, there's 24 nodes, so 2,000 to 3,000 an hour pretty easily. Not very many people here usually, so it's a good spot. So now we'll move on to spot number 2. Okay, for spot number 2, we're going to head to Great Cleave, and it's going to be the Bastion Outpost. We're going to run along the ledge from north to south and then back again. This is a little bit higher level spot, so if you're new, you might want to skip this one. It's basically the road to the Mangled Heights, so some of the mobs are a little higher level, and if you're not geared fairly well, you might have some trouble with those. So, like I said, just maybe if you're newer, just skip this one, but if you're an experienced player, it's pretty easy. Just run along the ledge. There's 24 nodes here as well, so another 2,000 to 3,000 star metal per hour. There's really no other resources here. A couple chests up on there if you want to kill the mobs, but that's about it. So we'll skip on to spot number 3. Okay, for spot number 3, we're going to head to the capital of Brightwood, and we're going to go up by the cemetery and on the way to Greyvale where the bears are, and you're going to find around 27 nodes on the ledges, and that'll net you about 3,000 per hour. As well as those nodes, you have the wordwood trees, so a little bit of extra gold there. And there's one treasure chest, and then of course you can also kill the bears for the thick-eyed. So overall, this is a fairly good route if you have some of your other resources skills up, like your logging, scanning, etc. So you can really double your profit by just running around, getting the nodes, and then getting those wordwood trees, and then killing the bears for tons and tons of the hides for your leatherworking. So easy spot for pretty much anyone, new player, casual alike. And now we'll head on to spot number 4. Okay, on to spot number 4. This is my favorite spot if it's not very busy, so especially late at night or super early in the morning, because I'm on the east coast of the United States. So early in the morning and late at night is pretty good. But basically, you're going to go to Eban Scale Reach. You're going to hit the Imperial Shrine fast travel point, and then the circle that I'm making on the map there, you're just going to run that continuously. And there are tons and tons of nodes. So I think there's like around 30 star metal nodes, and then you've got several chests and the waterfalls. Then there's some of the elemental creatures around. There's 4 or 5 of those on the route, and then there's also 9 or 10 orichalcum ore nodes. So this is a great, great spot. And definitely here, I would use your proficiency boosters and wear your mining luck gear. Even if there's somebody else around, you can usually still do pretty well. You can just run the opposite direction. But some of these rocky outcroppings, there's a couple of star metal ores that you won't see in the rock, but if you get close to the rock, you'll actually target them. So there's 2 or 3 like that. And then on the ledges there's just a couple mobs, but they're pretty easy to kill. So especially now that we have the level cap increase. So all right, we're gonna head on to spot number 5. Spot number 5 is another fan favorite. Basically, you head to the Haunted Isle at the very southern area of Cutlass Keys, and on the ledge by Ponscum Fort, there are around 15 nodes of star metal. Usually late at night, this is not busy at all. I had another video called Star Metal Secret that shows how to get up here and stuff. Basically, you just run up a ledge at the far western side, and then you make your way to the east, or you can do it the opposite direction, but it's trickier to get up on the east side. Once you're done with these 15 nodes, you'll get around 1,500 to 2,000 star metal ore per hour. But the real good thing about this is you can just jump down to the right here, and you can get tons and tons of hides from the gators and the cats. And then also there's tons of herbs, and being cutlass keys, you have the expensive herbs here. So that's nice, and you'll get your hyssop. And there's also fiber and silk. So it's a very good place for gathering and getting tons and tons of gold from that. Spot number 6 is another fantastic route. It's in Weaver's Fen. Basically go to the settlement and the Trestle Shrine, and you can go back and forth between them, run the South Vega Bridge. Here, this will probably net you the most star metal if there's no one around. Sometimes there used to be bots here every once in a while, but I don't think there's as many bots as there used to be in the game, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you've noticed a change in that or not. Basically, you can go down to the Trestle Shrine, and then you can run all the way to the north along the bridge. Right at the shrine there's 3 or 4 iron or star metal nodes. Sorry, wrong video. But basically, you can get all that. So there's 31 nodes total. You can get around 4,000 per hour very easily. There's also a couple orichalcum nodes off to the left, and down to the bottom there's some wire fiber nodes. So like I said, just run from the Trestle Shrine along the bridge route, circling around the bridge, and you can get around 31 nodes there if no one's around, and around 3,000 to 4,000 star metal per hour. So now on to spot 7. Okay, for spot 7, we're going to head back to Brightwood, and we're going to go to the Wolf's Egg Shrine. It's on the border of Brightwood and Eban Scale Reach. And basically on these ledges here, and then up to where this church building type is, you're going to run these ledges, and there are 21 or 22 star metal nodes. And there's also a couple elemental creatures you can get. And then there's a few wordwood trees off to the right. And then I believe if you drop down, there's some lodestone, but it's not really worth dropping down unless there's somebody else there and you're competing with. So like right now, there's somebody else running through. So I'm just getting a few of these nodes to make the video, and then I'll let them get the rest. But you can do that. You just run these cliffs. And as you can see, with using your mining gear, you're going to get a lot of the azurite trunks, and you'll get some jewels and stuff too, which is nice. So you can use those to level your jewel crafting and stone cutting skills, or to use to make stardust. So you can use that, or gem dust, sorry, not stardust. Stardust will be cool, but gem dust whenever you're doing PvP to nullify and absorb some of the elemental damage that you will take. So just run along these ledges here, 21 nodes, a couple thousand star metal per hour, so make you a little bit of money. It's fairly low level friendly because there aren't any mobs at all on these ledges. And just make sure you jump across this little ravine here, because the ledge up here on the very border with Eban Scale Reach has 3 or 4 nodes as well. So then there's also some nuts and berries and stuff if you want to grab those for cooking. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video or found it helpful. If you have, please consider liking and subscribing, hitting the notification bell. Appreciate it very much. It's helping the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be the continuation of our gold making series. It'll be part 7, and it'll be orichalcum ore.